So guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. So the case between Senator Natasha and Senator that's the Senate President of Nigeria being Senator Akpabio has taken a new turn at this moment. I can tell you the truth that in fact everybody are now, attacking Senator Natasha up and down. Even Akpabio's wife has actually come out to threaten a lawsuit against Senator Natasha. Meanwhile, other female senators have actually come out to also attack Natasha. Somebody like Reti Kingibe and Senator Biodun, who are supposed to stand by Senator Natasha because there are just only 4 of them in that particular Senate House. They are now attacking Senator Natasha for coming out to expose Akpabio for his sexual advances towards Senator Natasha. I'm going to be showing you everything and how everything is actually playing out. But before then, I want you to subscribe to this particular YouTube channel. If it's the first time you're coming across this channel, do well to put on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you'll be notified. Now, first of all, let's listen to what Akpabio's wife actually came out to say, and then we'll critically analyze that. And before we listen to what Senator Biodun Olujimi has said, and then we'll look at what Nigerians are saying in general.
So, I really don't understand where this is coming from, and I believe that for somebody to go and make such an allegation, there must be a discussion at home. There must have been a sanction or an approval. We are going to say this, go ahead and say it. And if the approval has come from the husband, our friend, I believe that he would have spoken to me because we are close. He's close to my husband. But if he didn't give her the approval to go on air and make such an allegation, then the question is, does he have control?
She further maintained that the allegations are unfounded as she was present at her family residence on the alleged date 8 December 2023, stating that both families enjoy a lasting standing cordial relationship that predates Senator Natasha's marriage to her husband recently.
The session was taking place in his presence. He could have heard. Even the body gesticulation could have shown the man that there was something wrong. Security men are always with the SP. So, for that night, I knew I served people. People were at home. The house is never empty when he's around because constituents will be there. Akpabio people will be there, and they never leave him. Whether the house in the village in Okana or the house in Uyo. And there's no way a man that is as disciplined as that can think of taking a woman to his home. He has a lot of respect for me and for my children and regard.
Mrs. Akpabio praised her husband's discipline as a man who loves and respects his family, citing his track record of supporting women's inclusion in government even before his emergence as president of the Senate.
And none of them, not one, ever said something like this. The Senate president is a very, very responsible man and disciplined.
Mrs. Akpabio urged women to desist from peddling such false allegations as she vowed to seek legal redress on the matter.
Always tell me, if you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen. I'm here to serve my people. They will throw mud at me. I said, but this mud is becoming too much. Why can't you do something? So I'm now the one going for a legal address.
Stay with us for more stories at 7. Thank you for watching. The rest of the program continues. I'm Grace Ike.
Now, guys, I believe you're listening to what Akpabio has just said concerning the issue between her husband and Natasha, the sexual harassment and all of that. Now, let me tell you the truth. They say there is no smoke without fire. And the truth is that Senator Natasha cannot just come out online, to make these bold statements without being sure that what she's saying is true. You see, what Godswill Akpabio's wife is actually saying indirectly is that Natasha is supposed to take permission from them before coming out on air to make that bold statement, to open up on what is going on between her and Godswill Akpabio. And you heard what she said, that the lady is supposed to take permission from the husband, who is a close friend of theirs. You see it? And she mentioned that Godswill Akpabio is a very disciplined man who loves her and the husband. And then I remember now that there is a video that is circulating online concerning what actually happened between this same Godswill Akpabio and the NDDC managing director in 2020, when Godswill Akpabio was also making a sexual advancement to the woman that led the woman to give Godswill Akpabio a dirty slap. Like I said, this is a very serious matter, and in a same country, somebody like Godswill Akpabio should step down so that there will be transparent investigation. Now let's listen to what a fellow female senator actually said concerning this particular issue, and then we'll just dissect it and wrap up the video.
First, let me reiterate that I took over from him as a minority leader, and so I kind of know his wife very well. I know that he jokes a lot.
Akpabio, right?
Yes. He's fond of making little fun out of everything.
Or would you call it unguarded statements?
Not unguarded, but he loves to make everything light. And you see, when you do that, you become very vulnerable. So it makes him very vulnerable. I saw what they all went through as men when I was there. They were all victimized by people from outside, and I had to rescue them all of the time.
What do you mean victimized?
You see, it's difficult to explain what they go through there, and so they make light of every issue. Most of the men there go through a lot themselves. It's not as easy as you see it. They also internalize a lot of things. You find people calling them from outside, putting their wives on the spot, and making different issues out of nothing. And so they also go through that. And I've had to support some of them to even go home to say, no, this can't be true. So they are all very vulnerable.
Okay. Now, we don't have all the time, very limited time, but I want to put these two questions across to you. You can manage it in 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. What's your take on the 103 billion naira suit filed by Akpabio against the Senate President and others? And then secondly, the bill on female gender and sexual violence against women was eventually passed. It eventually passed secondly, but initially it was rejected by some women in the Senate. Talk to us about it.
The case in court, I want to appeal to her to please take the case out of court, because you see, we don't want women to look like they're emotionally unstable. We need to also be strong enough to face the men. I mean, going to court against the presiding officer is not on. I know she's hurt, but she needs to handle it in a better way. I think that should get out of court.
Now guys, if you listen to this particular Senator Biodun, you will just find out that this is somebody who is trying to lie to protect Godswill Akpabio. I don't know for whatever reason she is doing that, but when you listen to her critically, you clearly understand what I'm saying. How can you say that a full-grown man like Senator Godswill Akpabio, well enlightened, will make such utterances in the name of he jokes a lot, he plays a lot? You see it, a man in his position should understand that there are boundaries for everything. How can you just open your mouth, to tell a married woman that you are inviting her specially to spend quality time with her? What message are you trying to pass? And this woman sits here to tell me that Godswill Akpabio, jokes a lot and that he makes fun of everything. And because of that, he wasn't actually harassing her. But the truth is that, going by what Senator Natasha has said, Godswill Akpabio needs to step down as the Senate President of Nigeria, so that Nigerian government will conduct a thorough investigation on this whole issue. That is how to know a sane country. That is how to know a good and visionary leaders. Anyway, guys, I will stop this video here and allow you to drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, so that whenever we post a video, you'll be notified. Thank you for watching.